Yeah. This event is hosted by Kalasalingam and as well as Cloudnloud tech community. And about Kalasalingam, P. Nagaraj sir will be discussing about Kalasalingam, and as well as Aditya will be discussing about Cloudnloud tech community. And I welcome all of you. And yeah, Nagaraj sir, you can proceed. Yes, sir. Now you can unmute, sir.
Yeah, good evening all. Yeah, I'm Dr. Nagaraj. I'm from CS department. Actually, I'm handling as a faculty sponsor of Kare ACM. ACM will be the student chapter. It will be the Association for Computing Machinery. It will be the international student chapter. Yeah, from this student chapter, we can learn more things. The one of the event is called as our event, that is called as a Vertex workshop. Yeah, first of all, I welcome you all for the introduction to the Vertex AI workshop with our esteemed resource person speaker, Mr. Aditya. Yeah, on behalf of Kare ACM student chapter, first of all, I welcome you, sir, and all the participants. Really, this will be the exciting one to have you all here as we dive into the world of Vertex AI. Get ready for all of you the valuable insights, the practical skills, and collaborations, and enjoy the workshop. Yeah, Jashwant, you can continue.
Yes. Coming about the speaker, Aditya is our speaker. He works in Clark Technology, and he is also a developer advocate in Cloudnload tech community. And about Cloudnload tech community, Aditya will be taking forward because I'm also a member of Cloudnload tech community, but I am the junior in compared with Aditya, and Aditya will be taking forward.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, yeah, let me stop my video so there won't be any lag. Okay. So, yeah, thank you everyone actually. And thank you for Kalasalingam University for actually helping me to take this session. And thank you, Jashwant, for actually helping me on this. So let's get started with what's Vertex AI. And before that, let me give a short intro about what is Cloudnloud Technologies. And like this is Vijay Balan, and he's the founder of Cloudnloud Technologies. So it's been 11 years, and like we have been helping cancer children for almost this past 11 years. And we almost saved 9,000 plus children from the danger of cancer. And like we have been helping much more people to enhance their skills on AI, ML, machine learning, data science, cloud, DevOps, and almost all the other skills. Like we have almost 40 plus members in our community. They are almost like helping and giving back to the community. So that's what we do. And so like that's about Cloudnloud Technologies communities. And let's get started. Before that, my name is Aditya, and I'm having 2+ years of experience in AI, ML, data science, Python, cloud computing, blockchain, and Web3, etc. So, like, I have been posting for almost 6 months on the LinkedIn post about AI, data science, and I'll be speaking about them more frequently. So most of them are related to AI. So like we know about what's AI and each and everything that's going on. That's the recent trend, right? So like I'll be most probably doing much more hands-on experience on what's AI and everything. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn, and this is my ID. So yeah, okay, let's get started. So, like in this session, we'll be starting up with an introduction and what is CA, and most probably we'll be discussing, and it will be an interactive session. So, I think it will be enough to give an intro about what's Vertex AI in just 2 hours, I guess. So, I'll be it is showing you how to do an AI image detection and image classification with Vertex AI in this session. And like I already started the instance 2 to 3 hours back. I think it might be completed, so we'll be taking a look on that also. So like this will be an beginner to advanced level. So like anyone who doesn't know about coding or who doesn't know what's cloud, like each and everything we'll be discussing in detail about in this session. Okay, so this is the content, this is the content. And yeah, so most of them are having the fear of thinking that AI might replace their job, right? So the fear, like I had at once about 2 to 3 years back. So when AI was not at an peak at that time, but at that time, like no people doesn't want to think what AI will change. But once Chat GPT and once Google Bart, other things came into this place, most of the people just started to think about what is AI, right? So like before that, like this, right, this part, like Tom and Jerry. So this is where the first person who lost his job to AI. So funds apart, but like that won't happen in future. But what AI will do is it will be enhancing our skills, and like we can use them to optimize, and you can use them to be productive, be much more productive in our sessions. And like what like let's take Chat GPT also. If you want to write an email, it might take almost 5 to 10 minutes, right? Like when we copy and just paste the content, it will be just generating our details, and we can just directly give an reply to that. So like that. So don't have a fear of getting taking jobs getting taken over by an AI. Just learn the skills and just keep updated. So that's what. So let's dive deep. Yeah. Okay. Vertex AI. So let's. Vertex AI is actually just a machine learning and cloud platform, and it's actually Google Cloud's one of their services that they are providing. And mainly they are actually 3 to 4 types. One is AutoML and the unified platforms. Like they will be having almost for training, labeling, pipelines, deploying, scalabilities, whatever the things that which you need to do, you can just take each and everything on the part of Vertex AI. Okay, so like AutoML is like a zero code or no code or low code process. So like if you want to do an object detection process, or if you want to do a text detection or image detection, like license plate or like face mask detections, etc. In this processes we might need a large data sources, but we will be having data, but we can't use that, right? So in that step we'll be needing to have much more GPU capacities to train those images. So based on that, the AutoML comes to play. Like if we give the images, it will do the training and it will just give us the output. We'll just take a look on that in our upcoming slides. I'll just give an hands-on and have a detailed description in that process too. So let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So like these are custom models, custom trainings, model deployment services. These are also they are providing, and also they have a custom logging. Like if you want to just know what's going on in the backend, we can check their logs. And we can't wait for almost 8 to 10 hours, right? If we deploy service, it will be taking. If you train and like let's say if I am started to training one object detection process, it's almost 4 hours back, but it's not yet completed. So that's the same way it will. We don't know if that process is completed or if that's got an error or if there is an issue or not. So they will be giving us an update, and they will be providing us with each and every step. If the uploading of the images is completed, they'll be sending us a mail. If the model is started to train, they'll be sending us a mail. So that's how Vertex AI and Google has optimized it for an user perspective. Okay. So yeah, what's the next step? So yeah, environmental setup. So that's the main thing, right? Let's get started with our dashboard. So who knows about Google Cloud? If there is very less person, I'll just add up much more details on this. Um, Can we start from scratch? Any idea?
Yes, sir, that will be good because
Okay.
many of the students will not be aware of this.
Okay. Okay. So like when we log into Google Cloud, we'll be having some page like this, but this is what we'll be seeing in here. Okay, so Google is providing almost $300 of credit for each and every users if they are joining, and there might be some uh, credit card or Visa card verification system. So based on that, they'll be giving you like this $27,000, 24,000 rupees as credit. Based on that credit, you can do hands-on and you can do almost anything you wanted in this process. So that's what it will be like. It will be useful for each and every students or each and every person if they want to do an hands-on. They can use this free credit system and they can start to develop in this of Google Cloud. Okay, so let's start with Vertex AI. So here I am having all the services that which I have been using in here. So for some people when they get started, it might be on here. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to click on the more products, and you can see almost all the applications, all the endpoints, all the services that they are providing. You can find it here. Okay, so in here we'll be having in the artificial intelligence, we are having Vertex here. Okay, so in here we'll be moving on to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard, and they are also providing tutorials if you need to just learn much more on this. Okay, so and the API list, all we need is the Vertex AI API. So I actually enabled it. So when you click on that, just do some go in here and just check something. There might be something like, let's check if I can enable some other API. So based on that, you might get an overview. Just a minute. Mm, where is that? Let's take natural language. Okay. Let's enable, like, yeah, it might show you something like this, and you need to enable the API. So this is what you'll be getting on the first step. So actually, now I have been running Vertex AI in the background, so I am not able to enable that. So you can enable that directly in here. Okay, so that's how it will be. And once you enable that, all you need to do is you need to go into the dashboard, and here you'll be having a low code environment, each and everything, like starting from scratch. Let's take, if you want to start with model gardens. If you are having custom models, you can use your custom models, like so for example, I think I closed the tab. Let's take Kaggle. So in Kaggle, we almost have almost 20,000 plus data sets, I guess, or 20 lakhs, I guess. I have no idea about that. So based on that, if you want to take an object detection, mm, object detection data set, we'll be having almost all the data sets that which we need in here, like you can see in detail, right? And so for this session, I will be taking the room weather, I guess. Yeah, this is the one. So I will be taking this data set. It's almost 2 MB of file size, and the images, it will be like cloudy 50, and for like the different climate and different weather conditions that's in Rome. Based on that, we'll be having different images. So let's open an image. So this is the rain image, and if we go back and we'll check on so I actually downloaded it. Let me check. Yeah, it's here. So we'll be having different data sets like this. So if we want to do a custom data set, we need to do the same way. We'll be having different types of images, different types of whatever it may be. Let's take, if you want to train difference between a pen and a pencil, you need to have two different data sets. One will be totally consisting of almost the minimum images at which we need, it will be almost 200. Okay, so like for almost 60 percentage of accuracy. So the thing which we need, which makes the model more satisfy and more working condition, is is its percentage. Okay, the percentage of accuracy. So based on that accuracy, like for this session I'm taking just 50 images, but later on if we need much more accuracy, much more scaling and real world applications, we may need almost 1,000 plus images if you are going to a real world application. So let's take, if you are going to detect an what's that number plate. So let's take a number plate detection data set. Here you might have almost, yeah, here you see this, right? It's almost 1 GB of data size. And if you open, where is that images, train images, you'll be having 28, they are having almost 28,000 of images. So based on that, you'll be having the number plates, like you can train each and everything separately, right? So that's based on that we are having almost this much of images. So when you go to a real world application, it will be giving you almost 80 plus or 90 plus of accuracy. So that's what we need maximum. And I think we can move on to our next slide. Um, So that's what was what's that environmental setup we had just now. So like let's start with the preparing of data for custom training or custom models. So if so, let's just take for an what's that? Let's start from scratch. We will use an existing model for first. Let's go in here and start model garden, right? This is having almost how much? I think it will be almost 150 plus models that are pre-trained. So pre-trained models, what's the advantage of pre-trained model is they'll be having uh, pipelines for them. They'll be having accuracy of almost 80 plus percentage, and we can directly use that for real world application actually. So that's what makes it simpler, like you can directly use them in anywhere you want. So let's take the deduction now. So like, yeah, here they are having person or vehicle detector. So like it will be detecting based on the person. Like let's take this model directly, view details. And if you want to build an application, we can click on here and we can start directly. Application name, detection something. Yeah, and then let's click on continue. So like this is how it will be like if you start using Google Cloud or any other clouds, don't forget to close that instance once it's done, or your bill might go almost like lags. Okay, so let's just start it up here. So like it might take some time, like the instance needs to go and it needs to fetch the details, each and everything. So like we are now using a custom model, right? So no, it's not in custom model, sorry. So it's actually a pre-trained model that's going to detect about the person and the difference of vehicles that might be number plate in the vehicle, and it will be just showing us in detail. If you want, we can just proceed on that. Like if you like, you can integrate it with the data set. Like let's take if you are doing a mobile application and you are doing the training of number plates. Based on that number plates, if someone uses that mobile application, they can just click on an image and they can copy that number plate and they can check in the database. It will be sharing the details. So for public, it might not be available, but for like police or some people, it might be available, right? So they can use it. So mm, yeah, it might take some time. Like let's share. I'll be sharing my mail ID. So in here you see here, right? So these are all those Vertex AIs, each and everything that I got as mail. Like I'll share this. So you can see here, right? So this is the model that which I named some time back. So because of it's actually failed. Actually, the model that which I trained a few minutes back, it failed because there is an insufficient data. Like I tried to train it with 10 images. So with 10 images, it got failed. So other than that, I this one is for uploading the images. We'll see that in upcoming with hands-on. Okay, so like when we uploaded that, it will be telling about the operation state, if it is succeeded or if it gets failed, and the location, each and everything. It will be sharing us in detail. Okay, all right. So yeah, here we are having almost uh, what's the data query. Like if we are starting with our deployment state, we will be having something like this, and you can add the sources, select input source. If you want, you can just use the same streaming or anything. You can just start with the sources as let's start online action, submit. And like it's actually low code, you can directly do anything with the UI itself. So like it'll be taking some 5 minutes of time for each and every deployment and each and every instance that you are starting. Okay, yeah, it's done. And universal input. Yeah. Mm, okay, so it's just connected now, and we can just get the person number, vehicle if you want, or if you want the people, you can get the people details, and you can add the out. No, we will just use the cloud storage. Just a minute. So here we'll be getting all those details, right? So based on the cloud storage, if you want to connect this with the cloud storage, we can connect that. In the bucket, like if we are giving an image source, right? Here we are, let's take, here we are giving an image sources as an input. So it needs to go in here, and it will be detecting based on the images or the whatever the details that which you are giving. It will be taking in here, and it will be giving you as an output. Okay. So let's try. Okay, add output to cloud storage. So bucket, we need to just give the location of the bucket. So I have an bucket name. So bucket is actually an like, let's say, let's take it as an VM or like a virtual machine. In that we'll be having multiple storages, right? So let's take, if you are having if you are having a different folder, in that folder you will be having multiple files that may be an images, or that may be anything you want. Like in AWS you'll be having S3 bucket. In cloud, in Google Cloud, we are having just a bucket. So based on that, in bucket is actually like a storage. It's actually a container where you can store almost anything you want in that. So here I have created a bucket. If you want, I can show how to create a bucket also. Let's see. Um, let's go to the cloud dashboard. And in here, we'll be having data storage, cloud storage, buckets. In buckets, we can actually create a new bucket. Okay. It should be in small letters, and it should be unique. So if you want to, you can add a label for this, or you can directly continue. And I think any location, other things you can just leave it as default, and you can just create on it. Uh, that's it. So now we have created the bucket. So it will process for some time, and it will just display. You can see it here, right? So the bucket, and the bucket name is Adi test delete. So I can just copy this bucket, and we can just go
Sorry
to.
for the interruption, but we have got some messages stating that can you please make the screen bigger
Oh,
and
sorry.
any screen share available.
Just a minute. I'll just share it. I
Thank you.
think this should make fine. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So yeah, like I just created a new bucket named as the test delete, and in that bucket we can just click on the browse. You can see the bucket which is added in here. You can use this bucket, and I select that bucket. So the bucket is now created, and we can start to test and deploy. So we need to select a model, and if we want, we can do this and deploy. Okay, now it started to deploy. So let's see. Actually, it might take some more time for this to detect. Like it's actually training. The you can see this validation step, right? This is actually like the training step. You will be getting this for each and every process that which you are running in cloud. You'll be getting this symbol. So this symbol means that it's training actually. Okay. So if you want, we can also set up an custom notification. Once this process is done, you'll be getting an email notification just like this. You can see that, right? Okay. So like this is actually a simple, pretty straightforward thing. So I think we can directly move on to the next part, I guess. Let's see if we'll have this aside, and we'll move on to the next process. Like it might take some time to complete this process, so we'll be moving on, and let's see with other things. So the application is the one that which we are running now, so you can see that in detail. So this is still running, so it's not deployed, right? So it will take some time, and you can see the app in here. Okay, application deployment fails. Let's see the error. View detail failed. Online prediction is an experimental feature and is unavailable for project. Okay, so actually we did the online prediction, so it's not available, it seems. Okay. Mm. So we will remove it and we'll try with some other thing. Let's try. Okay, it's already added. We will take from the cloud storage. It's already added. Okay, let's just retry it. Close it and retry. Okay. Just a minute. So we need to give an input node for this. Based on that, we'll be using arrows for that to store the details. So Varos is actually like a storage system, just like our bucket. But Varos, it will be for each and every application. We can have it separately, and we'll be storing all those details, like the logs, like the numbers, like the details, each and everything. It can be stored in there. Okay. So we'll try the vehicle, and we'll use this. Okay. We'll try again if that works. Sorry. Mm, so all the other details you can see in here. Let's get started back again. We'll try again with other any other, like each and every time when you start deployment, right? So you need to make sure that you delete this, like the instance that which you are creating or the application that which you are creating. If you not delete that process, it will be keep on running in the back, and it will be just generating the bill for you if you didn't even do that. If we use that, we can probably use that. Okay. uh, Sorry, I think I used up almost all the resources, so I'll just remove this. For the trial version, within the credit limit, right? So they are giving almost very few resources. So if you are creating a new application, yeah, they will give an batch input like this, and we will use this instance. That is all right. So this is what I will be doing. Like it might take some time to start with the deployment and to start with detecting. Let's do an object detection, and the output will go to the cloud storage. And in the cloud storage, we can cook and bucket. Okay. So you can almost create each and everything in here. It will be like building the blocks, right? We can almost drag and drop anything that which we needed in from here. Like if there are an application templates, you can just take. So this application template is there, right? So this is actually an pre-built application. So based on that, you can just drag and drop the system, and you can just use that directly. So based on that, you need to select the processor that might be person detector. Let's take this, and we'll click on this, select the processor. Okay. So data source is actually where we'll be passing all those details. That might be the image source that which we are giving. I think I have some in here. Yeah, let's select this and add the source. Mhm. So it will take some time, and we'll give this output with a pre-trained object detection. We will use the object detector, which is where is it? Yeah, it's here. We can connect it with cloud storage, and then where is it? Yeah. So actually, what I'm doing is I'm actually started to build an application based on which we already like we can. It's almost like drag and drop. So it's actually like a drag and drop system, like where you can drag and drop all the applications there occurred. History, right? Okay. It's actually a loading issue in Google Cloud, I guess. Okay, let's see if that's working. Okay. Yeah. So we got back in here, and we'll start to add up all the things that which we needed. That might be where is it? Error. I'll remove this, and yeah. So based on this, like we can add up almost all the things that which we need in here. Almost all the things, like okay. So like when we do this, it will be automatically adding each and everything. Like it's like an building blocks. So function and okay, I need to enable almost all these APIs. So like this is how we'll be like it's like actually giving the access to each and every for this instance, right? We'll be giving an access to whatever the thing that which we are needed. So for now, the things that which I have been enabled, which I have enabled is um, in here. So we can see all those enabled activities on which I have started. This is here. So yeah, so I have almost enabled this much of APIs in almost 8 hours, I guess. So this is how it's we can go and enable each and everything that which we want. If we want to give an access to any one of the particular APIs, we can directly go in here and we can give the access to them. So based on that, like let's give access, let's enable them. So once enabled, then you can directly access the applications. What are all the things that which you are needed? Like let's take it might be a bucket, it might be an Vertex AI API, that might be what are the things. Like there is BigQuery in here. So based on that, we can just query almost all the details that which we needed in here. I have started that. So yeah, we can just deploy. So this is one part that's available for with the pre-trained models in in the Vertex AI. So the next we'll be moving on to next part, like till that gets completed. So the other thing that's available in Vertex AI will move on to the dashboard. So what's the other thing? We can actually like just now what we saw is the model garden. In the model garden, we'll be having almost 20 to almost 120 of pre-trained models. Like if you want to have get much more models and much more details of any other model, you can go to Kaggle, and in Kaggle we'll be having the models in here, right? So you can almost all the models that are available in the Vertex AI are available in this Kaggle for free. You can also use this to train it to develop and to do the testing each and everything that which you want. You can use this Kaggle site. Like they're also providing free services in them. Okay, so like this is where we'll be getting started. So each and everything that which we are getting here, right? The predictions, the recent models that which I have used, the recent notebook that which I use. So and this is the data set that I have trained. Okay. So based on this, the thing that which we can do here is we can just show the API list, and based on that, what are all the APIs that which are needed to run the Vertex AI is that one is Vertex AI app and the cloud storage, the other one is notebook. So the notebook that which I have used is just like a Jupyter notebook instance. In Jupyter notebook instance, we'll be like writing the code. So we can use the AutoML for if we don't need to write any custom nodes or any custom code. Okay. So if you need to start with custom like if you want to train custom model, and if you want to do get in depth with what is Vertex AI, what, and if you want to do a custom ML ops, so then if you need to use the notebook actually. So based on that, you will be writing almost each and everything. We will just go through that also in in few minutes. Okay. So the Vision API, Vision AI API. So Vision AI API, it's like an like artifacts like data flow API. So data flow API is used to get the data actually. So artifact registry API is used to manage and used to build the infrastructure based on the like, let's take, if you are doing an deployment, if you are doing and testing, you are currently having one model, right? In that model, what you can do is you will be having multiple images and multiple models in them. So you need to scale them up, right? So you can't directly scale them up without any of the pre-trained models that which you will be having. So based on that model that which we do in our manual steps and manual creation, that might not have the specific thing to scale up. So if we need to do the proper scale up, we need to have a proper infrastructure that might be in any of the cloud. Okay, so for that, actually they are providing in Vertex AI. That's actually an advantage in Vertex AI. Like they are providing an scalability that might be of any instance that which you need. And the Vision AI API is used for if you are having an let's take, if you're having an PDF or if you're having an notebook, you are written some other text in that, and you need to detect what's going on in that, right? So you can just take an image like in Google Lens we are having that, right? That there is a facility to just click an image and you can just copy all those text that's in there. So that's the same way you can also use in the Vision AI API. Okay. So I have enabled that too. Okay, sorry, I got somewhere else. Okay, I think I came back. Okay, so let's see if there is any other models that are available. So like there are also like they are giving and speech models. If you want to test that speech model, what we can do is we can click on the view details. There are also use cases, documentation, everything is available. We will just see. I just found an model in here. Let me find it out. Hmm, where is it? Okay, let's take this. So in here, okay, create an outline for an essay about hummingbirds. Okay, if you need to write, like let's make a summary, or if you want to, like this is actually a model that's available for free. You can directly use them for almost. Like chat gpt we are having we'll be giving an input and we'll be trying to get an output, right? The same way you can also write in here. Like let's take you have any other suggestions or any other idea for this? Just give me a topic. Anyone? Anything? Okay, so I'll give something about, right, something about AI. And then what we need to do is we can directly submit in here. So it will start to generate the same way what's Google Bard is doing, or what. Okay, and the future of, okay, it's trying to write something in detail about of what's AI and the future of AI, what's in the healthcare, other things. So it's actually pretty good, right? So we can use this directly in our model. So this is actually giving us an example what it's capable of. So based on this model, the model that which we are using is text bison at 001 something. So based on that, there are also much more models that are available. So we can use this model directly, and you can also, if you want, you can fine tune this model. If you want, you can like these are the data sources from which it took this. So from that, from these models, right, you can directly use them in your application. So let's take, if you're building an application for your college maybe. So in your college, like in your college web page, if you want to need a chatbot, there might not, we might not have people all time online, right? So at that time, you can add a chatbot at the end of your web page, and in that web page, you can integrate this API, from Google Cloud. And what it will do is, based on the users or customers or any people or students comment that they needed, it will be generating the text. Like it will be automatically generating, and it will be giving you a feedback. So based on that, you need to do the custom training for this model. Okay, there is a fine tuning also available for these models, so you can directly do that. um so if you want, you can save this model like this, like the prompt name that which you want. You, if you want to, like, we'll be having multiple prompts. And like let's take what are the courses available in your college. Someone comes and asking in the chatbot, let's take like that. Like, you can train this model custom with your datas, and based on that, it will be learning itself, and it will be giving you an customized output. So that will be helpful for almost for all applications, right? So currently no one is going to sit in front of computer for almost 12 plus hours, right? So it will be helpful in any ways. And if you want to see the code, you can directly see it in here. And the Python collab is available. You can directly click in here and it will take you to that. Okay, so, and the collab, if you want to install that, you need to just copy this. Let's take this. We don't need this. I'll close this. So I already have an Python environment. We'll open. mm, I'll just duplicate this. Just a minute. And yeah, new notebook. So we can, if I need to just integrate the chatbot or something that which we need here, I can directly run this. So it will run the execution code, and based on that, I can directly use this. When we use this, it will do the same step that which we have done in here, right? Just a minute, it's actually initializing. So I'm just giving an overview of how to use it in any applications which we need it. So that might be a mobile application or web UI something. So okay. Hmm, let's see. So it actually needs my access. Okay, what's it still in? No model found as Vertex AI. Okay, I think it's not installed properly. Let's check. Okay, we need to install Google Cloud. So it won't take that much time. Let's check. Okay, I actually think we don't need this. Just now we did that. Okay. Okay, so actually I think we need to just take a deep look on this code. So based on this, okay, there is an SDK. We need to implement the SDK directly. So I think that's why it's not working. From Google Cloud, import, there is some VertexAI example in here. If you want, we can directly go through about this. Like I didn't go through in this before. So mm, okay. So we'll skip this part for later. I'll just go with environmental creations with uh, custom code in Vertex AI later. So this is how we can use the custom model for free, and we can do the testing, and we can do almost everything in here. So let's take any, if there is any other language models. Let's see, if you want to tune a model, like if you want to train a model, you can also do in here. Like there's a code plus code, it will take you to a code prompt in here. I'll do a text prompt. Then this text prompt, let's taking session on Vertex AI. How to it. Okay, so let's see if it's giving something. Okay, so it's actually telling in detail, go to this cloud slash vertex AI. That's where we are actually. And enter a create in session, create an instance, create instance name, select a mission type of your instance. That so it's actually giving us an accurate answer. So this model is also, we can almost use almost whatever the models that they are providing. Like if we need to do a custom training, we can also go in here and you can click on the create tuned models, and you can just input the details. So here the custom models that if there is an, this is a language model, LLM, right? So in LLMs, large language models, what we'll be having is, we'll be giving an LLM is actually like an let's take prompt based talking. If I'm asking you a question, I need an output, right? So I will be getting an output from you, right? It's the same way. It's like chat or chatbots, like that. So based on that, I will be giving an input. In that input file, i'll be uh, having uh, I'll be having multiple sets of questions and answer with that. So the question, like let's take, what is your name? So like the chatbot, if the chatbot is having a name, it will be giving that name. We'll be training the chatbot with that. So the based on the name and based on the what's the time zone, what what are all the questions that which we need to give that as an input. It will be yeah, there is an example in here. I didn't see that. You see this, right? So based on this, we are giving an input text. The input text is create a description for a platon plantation farms. Okay, I think I can't see that clearly, so I'll increase that. Okay, so create a description or plantation farm, and here the output should give us as an enjoy some fun in the son of golf shows. So like they are giving something like this as an input, and if someone types something similar to this, or someone types exactly like this, it should give an output like this. Okay, so based on that, I'll be having a set of input files. So that might be anything related to any topics. So that might be related to coding, or that might be related to deployment, that might be related to engineering, or each and everything that might be. So based on that, you need to give that as an input in here. This is the format actually. So based on this format, you need to give that as an input, and you'll be getting this as an output. So this is the basic training that if you are doing as a large language models, you'll be training like this. Okay, so it's not an actually a training, it's actually a tuning. So they already have a predefined model. In that model, you can slightly make changes and make alterations so that you can use in your deployment. Okay, so let's take what's in that in speech. Okay, the other thing that they are providing is based on the text, they'll be giving us an output in the speech. Okay, so let's take, hi, my name is Deepa, and I'm glad to
Mhm.
be part of this session. So let's start. I want to take an English session. The language they are just giving a three for example. Okay, so
Uh,
we can just give on the submit. Any questions? Hello. Okay. Yeah. So
Hello.
based on the, yeah, what happened? Who's that?
Nothing, Aditya. You can proceed.
Okay. So yeah, based on that, if I let's take English and the voice accent is male. So if I click on, so is it audible for you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take the female. So I don't see any difference in that. So if you want, you can use your custom model. If you can use your voice and you can train based on that, so that you will be getting that as an output. Okay. So this is the text to speech, and you can you also try with speech to text. You can upload an audio input in here, and it will be just converting it to text. Okay. You can use it like Slack, integrating it with Slack, integrating it with WhatsApp, anything you want. Okay. So that's an example actually, and also there is a speed adjustment. Let's take the speed as here. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is how it will be based if you increase the speed, and let's decrease the speed and test it out. So you can almost use it in any way that which you needed. So this is what we see about speech. If you want, you can also try it with the speech studios. But in the what's the thing in here is we can use it for any application that might be in web or that might be in mobile. You can also deploy it in any endpoint that which you needed. Okay, the future stores, data sets. Okay, so the next one is we just now saw how to prepare. Okay, I think I didn't show you how to prepare a data set. Uh, okay, just like putting the ingredients, right? Just like putting the ingredients into a vessel. So let's take the vessel as Google Cloud, and in that we need to add an image, or if I need to add any other. Let's take. So currently I am having an. I think this is okay. So currently, let's take any one model, any one data set. So like currently they are providing with image classification that might be a single image. So if I provide with let's take classification images like that, something in Kaggle to show an example. Okay, I'll share. So yeah, let's take this image one and the other image as, where is the other image? I'll take this. So these are two different mushrooms. Okay. So, like we know the difference, but what about a system? When we train a system, the system doesn't knows what this is. But what the system sees is like, let's just just get deeper and see what the system sees. Okay, I'll just draw an example. Where is the box? So let's take this as this image. Okay, so in this image we are having this all these are a same mushroom. That mushroom name is named as chanterelle something, and the other one is chicken mushroom. So like if I give a system, or if I give an computer what this image is, it won't see what we are seeing, right? So based on that, how a system detects. Okay, so we don't know how anyone knows how a system detects an image? Any idea on that? Okay, no worries. I'll proceed on that. So let's take this as an image that which we have given as an input. So in this image, what the system sees is it will be classifying it as like this. It will be cutting down the images into multiple parts that might be. It will be like an pixels. Like one pixel is 1 cross 1 pixel. It will be very small, right? Like this. So based on this pixels, what it will be doing is the image, it will be just taking each and every models, each and every pixels, and it will be training separately. So this is how a model gets trained. So I don't want to jump deep diver into it, so we'll be getting out of this. So based on that, if we are giving a single image, what it will be doing is it will be taking this whole image and it will be giving centrally as an output. So that's how it will be trained. And if we are using image classification, it being the same way. Let's take, if I am training with this images, it will be giving this as one output and this as another output. So this is how it will be for image classification. If this image is having multiple labels, multiple objects in them, okay. So that's how it will be for image classification. And in image object detection, it will be like it will be showing you within bounding boxes. So bounding boxes is actually like the four cornered box. So in that, inside that, it will be giving you an output exactly where is that if, that's like pinpointing the object that which you are trying to get as an output, okay. So then other than that, the image segmentation, it will be just colored, like if this is the object, it will be fully colored. It will be like this, totally colored in any one of the color. It will be unique colors if you are having multiple objects. So I'll just give an example of image segmentation, just an image, okay. So it will be like this. So you'll be getting an output like this. The human is colored in green, the other person is colored in blue, the car is colored in red, like that. You'll be getting objects, each and everything separately like this. And the same for object detection. Let's take that. So for object detection, it will be, yeah, this is called the bounding boxes. You see this image, right? This is what we saw just now. It was segmented. This image, this part, the car and everything was segmented. But now everything is in a bounding box. So this is called as a bounding box. Okay. So that's how you'll be getting for each and everything. And you can do the tabular, like it will be, excuse me, so it will be giving you an output in form of regression or classification or forecasting, whatever thing that which you want. And the text, if you are going to do an text training, you can do the same. So and the same for video also. So I'll be going for this session with image and image classification. I already started the instance. So I'll just give you an overview on how to deploy the image, how to add the image, and are there any other thing? Yeah, I think that's it. So let's start with how to create a data set and how to add an image. So let's take this, okay? And I'm starting to, there's an advanced option, but we don't need that actually. We'll just create, okay. So when I create that, it will be creating an separate create a data set. Let's check it out. Yeah, if you want to check the guidelines, you can go in here and you can check it out. And like, I'm actually trying to upload the images from my system, okay. So if you have it in your cloud storage, that might be in your instance, or that might be in your Google Drive, you can directly import it from here. But I'm actually having it in my system, so I'll be moving on with this step. So um let's take the data of caterpillar and chicken, okay. So these are the two types of mushroom. I'll be taking how much images? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 images. I'll open that. So like if you want to train an image, there is two things that which we need to mainly think of it, okay. So the one thing is, when we train an image, when we train a model, we need to have a proper classification. So let's take this as the total data that which we are having. In this instance, what we need to do is we need to split that into, oh, sorry, we need to split that into three parts: 80, 10, and 10. So that's how we basically split. We can split it in any way that which we wanted. So the splitting is actually known as three parts that which we will be having. One is training, another one is validation, and the other one is testing. Okay. So the 80 part is, let's take this as 80 and this as 10 and this as another 10. Okay. So based on this, what it will do is, it will be taking only the images that's in this 80 percentage, and it will be training based on this images, and the other part will be the 10 percentage, right? The 10 percentage is for validating that the training is done properly. So it will be checking with this validation data set, and it will be testing it out. The system automatically will be testing it out, or if we write a code, it will be automatically testing it out. And if we are having the third part is test, right? So in this third part, it's like the final test that which we will be doing in the end. Okay, so this third part is for the training set that which we will be having in a custom. Okay, so we'll be doing this with ourselves, we'll be doing this manually. So that's the custom training. Okay, so this is how we will be splitting. So I'll just give you an overview what will happen if we don't split it in this way. Okay, so we are having this 100 percentage of data. That's total images that which we are having in a data set that might be of 50K images, or that might be of lakhs of images, but we didn't split it. Okay, we didn't split it out into 80 10 10 or 70 20 10 like that. So if we didn't split it out, what it will happen is the accuracy will be 100 percentage. It won't be, when we go to the real world, it won't be having proper accuracy. It won't be having a proper model. We won't be training a proper model if you don't do a proper validation, and if you don't do the proper testing. So based on that, we'll be splitting this out. So if we will be using the same images, if we give the 100 percentage, what it will happen is it will be using the same hundreds or lakhs of images for testing, for training, and for validation. So when it does this, we won't be getting a much accuracy that which we needed. So the main thing that which is important in an AI model is accuracy, right? So if you didn't get accuracy, there's no use, right? Okay. So you can directly split it in here. So the training, validation, and testing, you can also directly take it from here. I'll take 3 as training and 1 as validation, the other one as test. So if you want the minimum add up to 500 images per upload, so you can almost add any amount of images that which you needed. So the each and every time when you upload, it can take up to 500 images. So you can select 500 at once, and you can just upload the images, and then you need to give the bucket address, like bucket name, path. So currently I'm having many buckets in here. So okay, so let's take the same bucket that which I am having in here. No, I'll take the just now created, right? We'll take this and we'll check. Okay, so this is the bucket that currently which I am having, that which we created in the starting of the session, right? So we'll be using this same bucket. So when I click on the continue, what it does is it will be uploading the model images to cloud. You can see it here. Okay, it's completed. So let's check. We'll browse. I think I didn't upload it properly. Just a minute. I'll try uploading it again. Select files. Okay. New. And it's uploading. Okay. Yeah. Now it's uploaded, and this you'll get a mail once the upload is done. Like in here. Okay. So like this is how we'll be uploading our custom models that which we are going to train. So let's take once it gets uploaded. I don't know, it might take some time, or let's see, it might take some more time. So okay, so the model is added, right? So now if you are going to add in this model, like if you are going to add new instance or new label. If you're going to, I'm going to label this as two images, two labels. So I'll be adding new label in here, and let's take, what's that? Really, I guess. Really, mushrooms. Okay, and the other one will be chicken. You don't need, you won't, like, you should not use space in here, and it's hyphen. Okay, underscore mushroom, and let's take that. I'm going to take these two images and I will be assigning the labels. And let's take the Cathali mushroom and the other three. You can, if you're having more than 50 plus images or more than 100 plus images, you don't need to go and select each and everything manually. Like the thing what you can do is you can just you'll there, if you are having more than 10 images, you will be getting an option in here to check, select, show 100 images in a page, I guess, something like that. You'll be getting in here. You can just click on that and it will be just showing you all the images, all the images, the hundreds of images in a single page. And you can click on the unlabeled or labeled thing and you can just select all and assign labels, right? You can click on the assign labels, anything you want, and we have assigned all the labels. Okay. So now the next step is to move on to training. So actually, okay, I think we need at least 10 images, so we'll import 5 more. We have more. So we'll take 5 more images and we'll add it out. So it might take some time. So okay, it's uploaded. And like this is the process that which we will be doing, like for all this, we are having almost 5 to 6 types of object detections, right? So the same way I'll also create and show you for how to do for let's take which one we need to create. Let's create another data set. And if you want to create an image object detection model, okay, I'll create another one. So the process will be almost same. Like we need to upload the images, and I'll upload 5 images in here. No, we need 10, I guess. I'll upload 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now we'll add it in here. Okay. I think let's move back here. So we have added 10 images in the classification. So, and I assign it to, wait, I'll check on this and select all, assign to something. Okay. So now we have added almost all the images, and let's try again. Brain must have at least 10 images assigned to it. Okay. All images, select all, assign for training. Okay. Again, I think. Okay. We need to add much more images, but this is the process. Once done, you can directly click on this train new model, so it will directly go and train the model that which you are going to run. So currently, like, we'll be adding two different classifications. One is for Caterpillar mushrooms and the other one is for chicken mushrooms. So when you click on this, like, I'll show you the next step of this. Like, uploading takes much more time, then and the training also takes much more time. So it took almost 4 hours for 50 images. So I'll just give you an example. So in here, when in the object detection and segmentation and what's the thing, multi classifications. Okay. So in there, you can't directly just select all, and you can't directly do the labeling like what we do in here. In here, if we can click call and you can just assign labels, right? But you can't do in the object detection. Okay. So in here, what you need to do is you need to click on each and every images, or you can use labeling task. I'll show you. So in here, we know this as the Catherley mushroom, right? So I'll be just doing the bounding boxes, and I'll be adding the label. Okay, there's no space. So this is mushroom one, and I'll take this as okay. To add a new chicken mushroom. It's here, and okay. Sorry. Yeah, and this is Catherley mushrooms. You can save it out, and we need to move to the next image. So we have added the label for this image. So again, we need to go back and we need to select on the next image, and we need to click on the bounding box. We need to select the bounding boxes. We need to click on the what's that instances. Okay, so this is the process that which we need to do for all these images that which we are going to train. If we can't do this manually for each and everything, right? So for that we are having create labeling task. In this you can add the details where you like the similar anyway you need to train for almost 10 to 15 images. Like you need to draw the bounding boxes. So once you've done that, you can automate this step. Can use there is, what you need to do is you need to have this process. You need to you'll be having an instruction like where you need to give an example of an image. So based on that image, you'll be giving and you need to write in detailed description in a PDF format. So when you upload that, it will automatically use that, but it's actually going to be deprecated, I guess, in 2024, almost a year. Oh, it's actually deprecated, so we can't use that. There is no other way. Then we need to do that manually, the labeling. So when we do that labeling, for each and everything that which you are going to do, you need to do the labeling manually. And once that's done, the same step you need to you will be getting an train new model. It will be enabled. So once that's done, you can directly click on that. So it will take you to the training. So the training it will move on to here. We'll get on this. So you see this, right? One is failed. So the failed one, if you want to know the details, you can click on here and it will be showing you the details why it failed. The following quotas are exit. I tried to create two models actually. So the first one was already running, and the second one was I tried to run it at the same time. So it got exceeded. So that's why it got failed. So now the model that which I trained, it's trained in here. So we can directly click on here. It took almost 2 hours, I guess, to complete it. Okay. Okay. So now we have the evaluation set and the confusion matrix, the precisions. If you increase the threshold, it will be automatically giving you how it's going to, how the output which you will be getting will be. So based on that, you can also test it out, the each and everything that which you are going to test. You can also get an accuracy. What are the mistakes in the model? You can get everything in here. Okay. So this is the confusion matrix where we are having when you are having the sunny and the sunny as two inputs, it will be actually giving us an 100 percentage of accuracy, and the same for rainy goes in here, it's giving 80, and the snow it's going for 100. So you can also increase the item counts, everything, and you can also download the data set. You can, if you are going to do an analysis in this part, you can also give it. If you are going to create an evaluation, create an evaluation step, and the forecasting or regression, anything that which you want. The data set will be of 142 images. and you need to give the path for that. Okay. So like we'll just deploy and test it out, deploy to an endpoint, and the endpoint name will be, what's this actually? It's Rome dataset. Rome dataset model. Okay. And we can click on continue. Number of nodes been wanted. We can just click on one, and like this is actually where you can scale up the model. Okay, so like if I'm going to have 2 to 3 multiple nodes and multiple uh, I'm trying to go to an production level. So I trained the model and I did all the steps that the model is actually ready now. Okay, so based on that, what we can do is we can split the I'm having 5 nodes, so I can split it with 50%. If I give 50%, it will automatically split it out to the nodes based on the nodes, and like that's how it will be. Okay, so now I'm giving the 100%, and we can directly use it as now. So we are going to just do the testing. So we can just go with one and deploy. So deploying won't take that much time. The training takes almost 2 hours for 150 images that I did for training. Eventually that model accuracy will be less than no, actually the accuracy will be very high. Like you can give anything and it will be giving everything as your output, so it won't be giving an exactly what's the thing that which you are expecting. So like that's the step. Like I think I gave an overview on how to do the testing and deployment. So what's the next thing? Yeah, training the model. We just started training the model. Okay, we are also seeing the hands-on part. So like let's take I have started with testing all the images, and I have started labeling all the images. So like each and every time when you are done with the part, what you need to do is, the main thing is you need to delete it. That's what we need to do. So let's take, I don't need this, the 142 images is the one that which is running now. So I can delete all the other things. Like I can click in here, delete dataset, and delete it out. So yeah, and then for each and everything that which are deleted, you'll be getting an output like this. So you'll be getting a mail for that. So let it run, and what we can do is we can move on to the next step. um, let's start with workbench. So if I want to do a deployment with custom, I just gave an overview of doing it with custom model. So if I want to, that's actually auto ML or low code or no code. But now if I want to use depth in depth, I want to use everything, that code part. I know everything. Like it's like if you are an expert, or if you are good in Python, if you know how to use collabs, you can just directly start in here. And the same thing, we can use a new notebook. So let's start with this part. Okay, it's going to be create. I just created. Okay, so it will also take some time. So before that, we will just have download this file. So you can also run it directly in your what's this, in your Google Colab. Okay, I'll just download this. So yeah, now let's check if this is done. It might take some time. Okay, so let's let it take some time. We'll just get back. So deploying model is also taking some time, I guess. So the next step, like we will try it with running. Mhm. Okay, let's check it out. So it'll once it's deployed, you'll also get mail for same. And if you want to add the mission type, I forgot to mention that. If you want to click on the mission type, you can also click on this standard. Or if you want to go higher, you can go on with higher. And if you're going with uh, what's that? If you need a GPU power for doing machine learning components like object detection or something more complicated, then you can use GPUs like this. They are providing it in here. And high memory, it's also available. And like if you want to go with GPUs, they are also providing in here. You can just select which what's the GPU that which you needed, and you can directly start with that part. Okay. So once you submit that, it will be directly giving you the instance. It will be it's what it's doing now. It's actually trying to start the Jupyter Notebook instance, and it will be giving you an Jupyter Notebook like environment. So it's actually similar to what's in this part in Google Colab. So till that gets started, I'll explain what's going on in here. So what it's trying to show is it's trying to get what's the project ID, and it will be printing the project ID. So the region. So currently the region that which we are having is I think US Central only, I guess. So you can select the environment that which you are going to use here, and we are importing the details, importing pandas, importing the clients, GCS client, and there are some more codes in here. So what it will do is it will be printing you the detail in here. You can once the instance is created, once the project is created, you can directly use this, and it will what this code does is it will be creating an environment. It will be creating a bucket for you. So the before thing that which we did is we will be going manually and we will be creating a bucket, right? So what this code does is it will go and it will create the code directly. It will create the environment for you, and once that's done, you can directly move on with your code. You can do whatever thing that which you need. You can train your model, you can test your model, you can do whatever thing that you want the same way in here. Yeah, yeah, it's active now. I can open Jupyter Notebook. Let's see, it's still deploying. Okay, yeah. So now we are having like this. If you want to use the existing models, you can also use it anything that which you want. Or if you are going to do just an import, you can just click on this plus, or you can just plus is just to open a new tab. You can click on this upload button, and in downloads, I'll be having that. And yeah, that's it. You are having your environment in here. It'll be, I think, what's the TensorFlow version we are using? It's 2, I guess. Okay, we'll just start running that. So it will be giving us the input and output. Let's check it out. We need to select the language that which you're going to use here. Let's take Python and we'll run it. Mm, I think I uploaded the wrong notebook. Okay. So the what's the project ID that I am currently having is Vertex AI 39 something. So based on this, when we run the instance, what it does is it will go to the backend and it will be creating the bucket that which we needed. If you want to have something like this, so it will just go into the bucket. So let's check that. Just a minute. I'll just give an example. Mm, let's duplicate. So in the bucket, cloud storage buckets, I already have many. I'll delete the one that's not being used. Okay. So the other one that it will be generating automatically. It will be automatically generating in here. So currently what we are having is Cloud A platform, GCF something, and image -80. So based on that, let's just start in here and let's check if it's getting created or not. Okay. Mm, you can see in here we have created a new bucket that's here. Let's check it out again in here. So let me refresh it out. Yeah, so this is the one that's created, I guess, just now, I think so. Yeah, it's here. Okay. So Vertex AI 391602, that's the one that which you have created just now, and it's actually empty. So based on that part, if you want to add much more repositories, or if you're going to clone whatever the thing that which you're going to need, you can directly use in here. Okay. So let's take I'm going to install KFP something. So it's Kubernetes flow pipeline. So based on this, it will be installing the setup in the environment, and you can directly run with this part. Okay. So based on the environment that which you are going to use, so the code that which you are going to use, you can just test the code. You can do the deployment. You can do whatever the things that which you want in the setup in the collab itself. And once you done your setup, once you tested it out, you can directly use the code and you can add it in the Vertex AI terminal, Vertex AI Jupyter Lab. Okay. So once you added it in here, you can directly run the instance, and it will be automatically giving you the output, and it will be automatically starting you to move on to the next step. Okay. So let's check if this is done. It's still running. So if you want to integrate it, so now I want to integrate it with my mobile application. Let's take that. So I'll be having this authenticator, Google Authenticator, and I can use. So don't take screenshot. Actually, this is my secret keys. So you can just directly copy this and you can use it in anywhere that which you wanted. And the same way for this also, you can go with curl call, and the same for the Python if you're going to do that. It'll be like this is the file name, right? So it'll be what we need to give in here is you need to give the input file path. So based on the file paths input, the project, like let's take the file path name is something as ad something. Okay. So that image file path, it will be taking as an input in here, and it will just go and predict the image classification, the sample that which we are currently having. It will go there and it will be doing the processes, and just it will come back and give us an output. Okay. It's actually taking more time. Let's check logs. Extend time by 1 hour. So this is how you can check the logs in here, like what it's doing. Is it running, or it's got some issues in that? So the same way you can do the testing processes, everything in here. Okay, you can see the details in here. Oh, see. So it's actually started to deploy around what's the timing? 15:03, and it's actually showing you each and every process that's going on, what it's doing in the back end. You can see the resources it's using. You can see the label that which are given. Everything you can see in here. Okay. So other than that, we'll be having almost, if you want to do an monitoring something, like how much people are going coming and using your AI endpoint, you can see it in here. You can, you will get almost everything in the detail in here. Okay. So I think I'll, so currently we don't need this notebook. So once done with that, you can delete into here. Delete. So it will be deleted. And the same way, when you're done with your testing in the bucket, you need to go back and you need to delete that too. I'll delete this training pipeline that failed. And what's the other thing? So the one thing that which we can do is we can use the uh, tensor board. It's still running. Let me check it. Okay, it's still deploying, I guess. So once it gets deployed, you can do it directly in the experiment part, and you can see what are the things that's going on in it. You can, if it's deployed, we can directly see it in here. It's taking more time. Uh, let's see, it's still getting deployed, I guess. So okay, so the other thing that which you can do is you can do the online prediction in here. If you need to add the data set, you can just click on that, and you can sample request, and that's won't work. Okay, so and also you can do the batch predictions, matching engines. So the model registry is where you'll be having our model. So you can just open on that model, and once it's deployed, you can click on it, and yeah, once it's deployed, we can directly test it out with an input image. Like once it's done the deployment, what it will happen is you'll be getting this button is there, right? So it will be enabled and you can upload an image. So the same way, when you upload that image, what it will be doing is it will be giving you as an output that if it's snow or if it's sunny or if like that. So that's how the output will be. I think it's taking more time than expected. So I'll just give you an overview. Like this is the same model that's being used in teachable missions. That's also Google's one of the product. So this is where I thought of giving you an overview in here, but it's taking more time than expected. So I'll give you an example in here. So when we upload the images, this is also an same model. It's also an open source. So you can select multiple models like this. Let me take it out. So let's take the raw weather, taking 5 model for this, and okay, let me delete the old ones. And this is, I guess, cloudy, I guess. And we'll add few more images in here also. So we'll upload. So the same way that which we did in cloud, right? The same way which we are going to do it same here. Okay. Like it's taking more time, so I'm moving on here. So this won't take that much time, and once train model, you click on that, it will be training. If you want, you can train with your web camera also. And I don't want to give that. I'll give us an input as a file. So based on that, oh, okay. I think I didn't give a permission. Okay, so now when we give an input like this, it will be giving us an if that's cloudy. So we can get an output the same way. What it will do is it will be giving us an output once the same way, right? Same as our teachable machines, we will be getting us an output the same way that which you are doing now. So based on this, you can use Jupyter Notebook or you can use the same deployment. Okay, it's done. Nice. Let's get started. Okay. So now it's deployed. We can click on the upload images, and I think that's the thing that we tested was this. So once that's getting uploaded, it will be giving us an output based on the prediction that it's making. So yeah. So now it's telling that it's sunny 50%, 0.2 percentage, and rainy 0.4 percentage, and we'll test it out with multiple images too. We will give snow. So I think snow was the one I trained. So yeah, you can see that, right? It's giving 90% of accuracy based on the snow thing. So I think this is what we can check the batch predictions, and you can also once let's try it out again. Once we upload that image, yeah, it's where is that? You can also check in details about. Uh, you can also increase the brightness or decrease the brightness, and you can make changes in them based on that. And you can also zoom in, and you can drag the point that which you are going to use. And yeah, that's pretty much, I guess. I tried to cover almost everything in here. So based on this, we'll be getting as an output, and you can deploy and test it out directly in here. And also you can directly test out all the details, and you'll be getting the model details, everything that which you have done. So I think that's it. I'm done with the part. Any questions, any doubts, any feedbacks, any suggestions? So like you can follow me on LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn QR code, and I actually thank each and everyone for joining, and like student, faculties, and all the people who helped me and who gave me this opportunity. And I thank Kalasalingam University for making this wonderful opportunity for me. Any questions on this? So we still have 15 minutes, I guess. Any doubts? Any questions? Any feedbacks? Thank you.
Sir, really it will be very good. We have learned the new thing is called as Vertex in terms of AI and the respective platform.
Mhm. Thank you, sir. Actually,
You're really good.
So if you have any other doubts, you can reach out on LinkedIn. So I can directly give you an overview. So I'll just I also created a two repositories. One is for doing the environmental setup. The other one is for cleaning up. So if we forget to delete all this instance, what it will happen is it will be generating multiple bills. So you can run this environment and it will be deleting all the stuffs that which you have created before. Okay. So you can reach me out on LinkedIn and I can help you on the stuffs that if you got stuck anywhere or if you have any doubts in this related to AI. And I won't be stopping it in here. I'll be taking sessions on generative AI and much more in depth in upcoming sessions. So you can follow me in there and yeah, that's it.
Jashwant, you can take over the session.
Thank you, Aditya, for your
Yeah.
wonderful insights about our Vertex AI.
Thank you, Jashwant, for the opportunity.
Thank you all for joining our webinar on Vertex AI. I would like to express my gratitude for your active participation in this Sunday and to its evening time. Very busy. I also want to extend my special thanks to our guest speaker Aditya for sharing his expertise and insights with us. And his valuable contributions have enriched our discussion and made this webinar truly insightful. To receive participation certificate, please fill the Google form provided in a chat box. I will share the Google form link shortly. I have shared the Google form link. To get participation certificate, students can give the details in this Google form.
So I'll also add my LinkedIn profile in chat
Yeah,
box.
yeah, sure.
If you guys
Students,
have any feedbacks, just you can post it in my LinkedIn post. You can create a post and post it in there. So yeah, you can continue this.
yes. Students, if you have any doubts or anything regarding AI, if you have any doubt regarding AI, you can contact Aditya. He provided his LinkedIn profile ID. You can contact him via LinkedIn. And if you want any information regarding Career ACM and Cloud and Load community, you can contact me also. I'll also share my LinkedIn profile. So we can wind up the session, right?
I think that's it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you all.
Kalasalingam University, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you, sir.
a night.